So Pokemon Infinite Fusion is this amazing fan ROM that started as a website but aims to make unique combinations of every Pokemon. A lot of these are just amazing and I'd suggest checking it out for yourself, but for this video I wanted to try my hand at some fusions. Back in the day when I first started digital art, I tried to do some sprite edits of Pokemon. I have no idea what happened to them, they're completely lost to time, probably on a laptop in a landfill I guess. Oh well, gotta move forward. I asked all of y'all for some suggestions and you all gave me some really good ideas. 4 of them are from you guys and the last one is sort of a for me fusion. No, it's not Gardevoir and Lopunny, you deviants. I won't spoil the surprise though. So a few rules I guess. I tried to stick to avoiding these kinds of fusions. I like the idea of fusing the ideas of Pokemon together, not just being a Pokemon with a different Pokemon head on top. Hopefully these ideas resonate with you all and don't stray too far from being an actual Pokemon. I also wrote up some dex entries for them. I know the typings and stats are bizarre and even the abilities are wild and broken, but that's how polymerization works, right? Anyway, let's begin our first fusion. So Marchamp and Toucanon was a really fun one to do because I had this idea almost immediately for it. Very much inspired by Aztec warrior imagery with the bright colours and the usage of feathers, and instead of it being a toucan Marchamp, I made Toucanon's beak sort of like a built-in helmet. The use of Marchamp's body let me really try out that sort of stylized pokey muscle, which I don't really do with my Pokemon. I tried to go towards a more bird-like Marchamp and that it fights with open palms and these arm wings that would work kind of like blades. Now this might be controversial, but I got rid of the extra set of arms and gave it wings. They're sort of like another pair of arms, right? Also, weird thing I love about Toucan is its tail. I know it's so weird, but I just don't know why. I just like it. Colors were hard because I like to combine colors of both Pokemon, so the Marchamp's skin color was brought down to sort of a darker grey, and I think it helps contrast with the bright warm colors from Toucanon. The final change to this one was just a bit extra to the neck. I think it really helped pull it all together. This could honestly work as a regional or convergent, like Marchirp or something like that. Touchampion, the warrior bird Pokemon, a fighting and flying type. Said to be an ancient warrior from another region who passed during battle, and their soul became a Pokemon, an avatar deity of battle. It has an incredibly unique style of fighting that flows every move into one another, using the feathery parts of its body as a flashy show during the fight. It would rather not fight weak foes, so it always tries to intimidate the enemy first before actually fighting. If they run, then Touchampion doesn't see them as worthy. It will humbly accept defeat and give the victor a feather as a token of its strength. Touchampion's fusion ability is Keen Guts, which when under a status effect boosts attack and cannot have stats lowered while under the status effect. Oh, it's Gremlin time. Someone knew I'd take the bait when you offered me 2 Goblin Pokemon, specifically catering to me. I love these 2, so I just had to. This one didn't have as much of a theme as the others. I want this sort of cryptid hoarder vampire bat sort of thing, holding this big armful of precious gems, and the other arm showing that it's not just a gem hoarder, they are becoming the gems. For colours, I chose mainly just middle of the road colours between the 2 little creatures. I decided against the half-closed eyes. I like the manic wild look it had, and I even added some gems into the mouth. Really sells that this one is popped and can't be stopped. Sablime, the Gremlin Pokemon, a ghost and fairy type. If you find yourself in a cave with crystals or gems of any kind, you may just be being watched by Sablime, who find them to be delicious treats. Its body slowly crystallizes from what it eats and gives it hardy defense. The older an Sablime is, the slower and more well protected they are. An unnerving appearance has led many to be put off by Sablime, but a well-trained one is actually quite sweet and even willing to share gems with you, although take care where it gets its quarry from. Sablime's fusion ability is Mega Prankster, which increases the priority of status moves by 2, and status moves can't be blocked. This next one, oh man, it's one of my favorites. Two ghostly object mons, a big old chandelier and a big old sword and shield. There's no more perfect combo. One thing I like in the fan game is that Pokemon fused with Aegislash usually become a unique weapon. I haven't seen this combo's fusion though, so I wanted my favorite of all weapons, a mace. Big smashy smashy. But what about the shield, I'm sure you ask? Well, my big brain, of course, thought immediately to the lantern shield. Honestly, this has a more of a visible personality than the originals. I think that's more just my design quirks though. I could imagine this Pokemon sort of lighting up the inside parts when sent out and its arms coming out of the body in this flickering flame. Yeah, this really is amazing. I'm gonna toot my own horn here. Oh, and of course it has a different stance. Instead of it being a pure shield form, it sort of becomes a burning smashy hammer? Maybe this could be the attack stance and it holding the shield out is actually the defense mode. Smash. The mace Pokemon, a steel and fire type. An ancient relic mace that took on its own form through fiery energy that courses throughout the body like a human circulatory system. It has two forms, a hammer form when its shield is up that even the strongest attacks cannot penetrate, and the mace form that can smash even trucks flat. In the land it was found, ancient depictions of Smash's shield can be seen being worn as masks, showing that this Pokemon might have had a large relevance as a deity or god of war. Smash has the fusion ability Ignite stance. While in its attack form, it has a chance to burn on physical hits, while in defense form, it has a chance to burn enemies on taking a physical hit. So for a bit of context on why this design turned out like it did, this is a Pip. What is a Pip? Well, it's an alien race from my OC space universe. It's sort of like a Yordle from League and a Lombax from Ratchet & Clank. But we go deeper. When I fell into the hole of making Digimon Tamagotchi style sprites and even made entire through lines for a Pipmon. But if you look up here, it goes into this sort of X-Tyrannomon, which is one of my favorite Digimon by the way, designs, and they become a fixed perfect version. So this fusion is pretty much a homage to this. I love how every Infinite Fusion Mimikyu looks like Mimikyu just pretending to be the Pokemon it's fused with. I wanted to keep that vibe with Vulpix, but focus more on a sort of broken Build-A-Bear instead. As always, a design trope I love are the eyes in the void, so I had to have that, and instead of scraggly Vulpix tails, they're kind of a shadowy tendrils coming out. This fusion may be a little too complex for Pokemon, especially the buttons, but well, it helps sell the very patched up doll that this is supposed to be. Mimipix, the fox mimic Pokemon, a fire and fairy type. A strange fey being was said to be lost one day. Separated from its kind, it found safety in an old doll which was found to be quite the comfortable home for Mimipix. The mouth of the stuffed doll stays closed as well as its hand tails are left within to look more pleasing to people. If angered, it will unleash its full force, grabbing at the enemy and using powerful fire attacks. The doll is curiously hardy, capable of blocking fire from burning it, and can even take a hit before needing Mimipix to repair it. Mimipix's fusion ability is Fiery Disguise, which absorbs a single hit and the disguise breaks. Fire-type attacks and burns don't break the disguise. Alright, so here's my guilty pleasure fusion. It combines three of my fave Pokemon, Rotom, Deoxys Defense, and Hisuian Zoroark. But how do you even fuse these three? It's complicated, I guess. I started with a base of Zoroark's body. I knew I wanted sort of hump and wibbling energy to become Deoxys' arms, wrapping around the body and becoming a mech for Rotom, who replaces the Deoxys core. For colouring, I opted to use a combo of Deoxys Orange and whitened it with Zoroark's lighter colour, and helped it make it almost look like a relic robot or something. It ended up having a very Nautilus feel to it. I didn't change much apart from the eye right at the end. The sketch looked cooler with the Hisuian Zoroark eye than the Deoxys eye. It's funny, I did this one first and I liked most of the others more. I still like this one, just not as much. Zorotoxys, the energy Pokemon, a ghost and psychic type. A legendary Pokemon born by a Rotom inhabiting a powerful suit of armor. Whether this armor came from the past or the future is difficult to discern. It can travel anywhere through powerful levitation, even in space. It has the ability to warp itself to appear like another Pokemon, even able to copy their abilities. If battle gets too rough, the tentacles on its back unfurl to become multiple extra appendages to fight with. Some theorize that this Pokemon can drain the very souls of its opponents. Zorotoxys has the fusion ability Perfect Illusion, in which this Pokemon's illusion will use the ability of the copied Pokemon till the illusion is broken. Each of these designs kind of took on their own personality beyond the parts that they were made from, I reckon. And that's all the fun of Fusion for me, but what did you think? Comment down below which of these are your favourite, and don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. That's right, I think we should finally look at the final evolutions of Princeslug, Fuma and Chicky, and meet our last rival and her partner Pokemon. I'm really excited for you all to meet them and the starters, so till then stay safe and I'll see you next time.
And now, with the magic of my polymerization card, I'll combine
Hey guys, did you know that in terms of water-based Pokemon, Vaporeon is